Hi, I'm Rick Dior. Welcome to part 3 of my Jazz Drummers Reading Workbook series. So this book, once again, is by Tom Morgan, and it's one of my favorite books for teaching my students how to read jazz figures, big band figures. So this part, or this lesson, will be about some short setups for big band figures, which we've kind of gone over, but not in depth. And the book, which this section starts on page 17, it's called More Ensemble Figures, and it specifies these short setups. So he's got this one setup written that's like this. So that little setup is one of the most common stock, that's what we call them, stock setups that you can get. But you need to learn it. So that one, the triplet one, and this one. So I'll be playing that as well as showing you different ways of setting it up that aren't so cliche. So in fact, let me show you that now. So a lot of times instead of doing that, I'll do short roughs. So what that is, it's like a triplet. And it's right, right, left, right. So instead of this, I'm doing, that could be played anywhere around the drum. Kind of like a Rademacher with a double right. This is where all that rudimental technique that you worked so hard on comes in handy. Another one of my favorite setups, instead of this, is doing this. So I'm getting that bass drum on the first beat. Okay, so that's what you want to work on, different sort of ideas instead of the same old stock fills. Of course, you can use that stock fill all the time. It's been used probably 1,000,000 times on recordings and live performances. So what I played for you in that opener was track 88 on CD1. Of course, there's probably not CDs anymore. It's probably all MP3, and most of this is probably on YouTube. But I have the original version. I've had this book for years and years. And I have the CD, so that's what I'm using today. So let's go to number 2 now. This is track 90. And the fill here is so a few more notes, and I'll show you that on the screen so you can see it. So this is number 2, track 90. So you saw that fill. And I also added some of my own. Practice that over and over again. You see how the fill anticipates the figure, and right before that figure, there's a strong downbeat, and that's what you want. So let's go to the next page, page 18, and this is called the abbreviated fill. So these are short fills, so like this. Okay, so all these fills that lie with this figure, you can go lots of different ways to catch them, and that's what I'll try to show you in these demos. So now we come to page 18, which is called the Abbreviated Fill. So we have these short fills under this figure. There's lots of different ways to set that up. The fill he has is, you can do a triplet, you can do a lot of different ways to catch this. I'll try to show you as many different ways that I can. So this will be track 92. So you saw me doubling up there. Now this is such a slow tempo, it's really easy to do that. You know, you've got to hold back on these tempos. So be really, really careful not to rush. This is one I use a lot with my students over and over again so they can practice those fills and not rush. Then we come to the bottom of that page. This is just called More Combinations. So this is where you just apply all the previous types of fills. I'll play that for you. Now I'll show you a different way to play it, a little busier, with bigger fills. And then you can try soloing over too. It's a little weird with the walking bass, but I'll try that. So that would be the kind of thing you might do at the end of a tune, sort of the end of a shot course, really exciting band thing. They'll play hits, you solo. Just something to practice over and over. That's the great thing about this book. You could just loop these little etudes and just play and really get comfortable reading and soloing. So that's the end of this part. The next part will go to the next CD. Again, you probably don't have the CDs, but that starts with these composite exercises, and we'll also play a few tunes for you. So we'll see you next time.